Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the top altcoin picks that we have for 2024 and 2025. So with that being said, let's get it. Okay, so just so you guys know, we do have a holdings list, and well, technically we don't actually have Bitcoin, but we keep it up there just so we can keep it in line of sight. And we have a watch list, but we're not going to go over the watch list, okay? We are only going to cover the tokens that we actually have. So all of these tokens, we have every single one of them with the exception of Bitcoin. Why is that? Because, well, the time to have been buying Bitcoin was probably anything under the previous all-time high of 69,000, preferably down there in the 15, 20, $30,000 level. We did not, or I shouldn't say we didn't. We did buy some Bitcoin, but we eventually offloaded it. That was actually we had Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin back then, and that we offloaded those before we even created this channel. So that's obviously we can't really show you that at this time. Maybe in a later video we'll pull that up and show you guys that we did actually have some. So anyways, let's go ahead and start with ETH. Okay, so we do have a little bit of ETH. Our average on ETH, if I'm not mistaken, the total average is right around $1,600 per token, which is pretty good. I mean, the last time it was there was basically about a year ago. Are we going to buy more ETH at this point? Probably not. We're probably going to stay positioned in the altcoins. Again, we want to get into something that has the best asymmetrical bet, meaning the least amount of downside, the most amount of upside humanly possible. Are we going to get that with ETH? No. Okay. The lows here on ETH was at like $900 or 900, 800, 900, somewhere in there per token back during the absolute lows for Ethereum. And yeah, we had ETH a while ago. We still have some. Well, I think we actually had more, but we still have some, but we didn't we didn't catch it at 800. So unfortunately, we didn't. We got it a little bit later, but 1600 is still not bad. So it's at 4,000 now. It's probably going to be going much higher. So anyways, the only thing that we're actually going to do a Fibonacci retracement on as of right now is going to be Ethereum. We're not going to do it on the alts because, again, the alts would need to get pretty close to all-time highs to for it to make sense for us to do the Fibonacci's, and currently they are still pretty cheap, so we'll be waiting on that one. Okay, so Ethereum looks pretty good. I mean, the buy area here is 3,500 to 4,000. The next level is going to be 4,600 to 4,800. I think Ethereum is literally right on the cusp of breaking out to push up to the next level to the previous all-time highs. Again, that Ethereum usually starts taking over the show in January of the post-halving year. That's usually when ETH really starts ripping to the moon. Okay. Bitcoin usually holds the spotlight during December. It doesn't mean ETH and altcoins can't go up. They probably will still go up, and the Bitcoin miners will probably still go up too. Pretty much everything in crypto is going to go up in December is kind of what I'm thinking, but they'll have like a, how do I want to explain it? So they'll have like a slow grind up. Some of them may end up going parabolic, but for the most part, the altcoin market and Ethereum are probably just going to slowly melt up while Bitcoin still holds the spotlight. But as soon as Q1 rolls around, I'm expecting that to flip. We've already seen the Bitcoin dominance drop. I mean, I don't need to say much about that. We're already in alt season, but the alt season hasn't like really exploded yet. Okay, which is why we're positioned in alts and mostly not Ethereum and Bitcoin. So yeah, anyways, enough about that. So yeah, it's literally looking like it's about to break out. I mean, you can see this candle top here is above these wicks. I don't think I need to say more about that. So what are we looking at in terms of total targets here? So there's the all-time high at 4,800, and then above and beyond that, I mean, if we're talking like the grand scale picture here, it's anywhere from 7,300 to 18,000. We're probably looking for like maybe I'd say, I don't know, probably a 6x on ETH. I mean, ETH is still a pretty good buy in my opinion, even at 4,000. But obviously, if you want the best bang for your buck, then you may just have to wait till the next bear market. Okay, so Filecoin. This one is, in my opinion, still, even at these prices, it's still extremely cheap. Okay, extremely cheap. This thing is like, again, these legacy coins, they haven't even moved yet. I mean, this thing would have to get above $12 with a candle close just to start really smashing to the upside here. Again, that's a major structural level. And again, if I go back to the all-time highs here, you can see this is absolutely ridiculous, but this is crypto. I mean, it's how it gets in the space. So $240 a token. Yeah, so our average on this is $550 per token. It's currently at $790. So yes, we are in profit. Are we going to sell now? No. We're looking for about a 10 to 15x on this. I think that's probably realistic. So do I think it gets back to these bear market lows? No, I don't. Your best bet is maybe to buy at the EMA somewhere around kind of that $5 area. Maybe by the time, if it even has a pullback, maybe by the time that happens, the EMAs might be up at $6 or $7 a token. As of right now, I'd still say it's a pretty good price. Again, we got this 860 to what is that, 1230, which I think it's going to push into pretty hard in the coming weeks. And then above and beyond that, 23 to about 28. Horizon, this is the next one here. Our average cost basis on this one is $950. So not quite at the lows, but again, I mean, not really that far off the lows. I think it's like 50% from our cost basis is the absolute low here. So we did recently get a break of structure here. Okay, so if there is any kind of, if you get any dip buying opportunities on this one, it's going to be about 1550. This gold line should hold. Again, that is a major structure level. The level above head is going to be about 2070 all the way up to, I'd say, about $24. And once it gets above that, I mean, it's just going to go stupid. It may stop at 30. I highly doubt it, though. Probably going to go straight up to 54 to 64, somewhere in there. This one, in my opinion, I would say is also still relatively cheap. Again, if I actually pull up a, see if I can find one that has like the entire history here. No, not that one. Okay. Let's try Binance, see if they got it. Yeah, so this is the entire history of Horizon right here. You can see this peak in 2017, and then it had a major, much larger peak in 2021. So the current price is 17. The all-time high is 176. Now, if this thing creates another new all-time high, especially with the pro crypto admin that we're gonna get, maybe $200, $250, $300 a token, I would not be shocked at all. Again, a lot of these tokens that we have here are smaller cap. Okay, so they're like top 200, top 300, top 400. I think one of them is even in the top 600 or 700. The only ones that we have that are high up on the list are going to be in the top 100 are going to be Ethereum, Filecoin, and Gala. The rest of them are relatively small. And as you guys know, the smaller the market cap, the larger the potential upside. This is how people think in crypto. So if you want to make the most money is made. Again, I can't guarantee this, but based on the size of the market cap, the most money is made with these smaller market cap altcoins, or maybe some of your ridiculous meme coins like Mogcoin, that chill guy, Cock Inu, Pepe, stuff like that, like really tiny, maybe even like the Trump coins, like really small stuff here. So, anyways, Horizon's been around for a few cycles, okay, so we know it's obviously a good project. We're looking for roughly about an 8 to 10x on this from our cost basis, AIOZ. So this one is, it literally looks like it's going to snap its all-time high. Okay, so you can see we got this candle close here above the top of this candle wick recently. And this week, we're kind of sitting around those same levels. I think any day now, this thing's going to start smashing to the highs, to new all-time highs, I should say, even though it just made new all-time highs. The thing about creating all-time highs is usually most of the time when an asset does that, it just keeps going higher to newer all-time highs. So that's kind of what we're expecting here. So in terms of the levels, we're looking at anywhere from about $2 all the way up to $5.15. We're looking at about a 5x for this one for us. Our average cost basis on this is 72 cents. So I would say, maybe anything from $1 to $1.20 would be a good price. Again, that's not financial advice. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, so Dash. The previous all-time high for this one was $477. Again, when the mega all-time high happened for this one, Trump was in office, okay? For this one, Biden was in office. For this one, Trump was in office. Could we see another $1,600 Dash? I don't know. I mean, we're not betting the farm on it, but it could definitely happen with Trump being in office. I would not be surprised. So for this one, our average cost base is about $38. So we're not really worried about pullbacks in the market. I mean, if they happen, okay, whatever. We're just gonna sit and chill. So it's hard to say where this thing maybe could pull back to. Maybe about 45. Maybe even 50, 53 if there is a pullback. Again, because of the fact that Ethereum is starting to gain on Bitcoin, I would not be surprised if we did not even get a pullback at this point. Just kind of point that out to you guys. But regardless, it could happen. You never know. This is crypto. The possibility is always there. So targets above head, roughly about 80. And then we'd be looking at that kind of bear market swing high for Bitcoin, that structure level right there at about 140. Once it gets past that, it's obviously going to launch. So for Dash, we're looking at, I think, probably somewhere around I'd say about a 5 to a 7x on this one. Okay, Banker, our average cost on this one is 85 cents, so we're just barely in profit here. If there is any kind of pullback, I would say maybe to the, unless this thing closes below the resistance zone by the end of these 22 hours, which I'd say is not likely. Probably a pullback to that 85-cent area, and then I suspect this thing's probably going to push out of here soon. Worst case scenario, maybe 61 to 66 cents. If that's the case, we're just simply going to buy more because it's below our cost basis. But regardless, once it does get above there, it's going to push pretty hard. So 250 to about 290 to the upside. Again, I'm not sure why this candle is here. Maybe it's because it's touching these wicks here. So I guess if I'm being a little more conservative, maybe anywhere from $2 to $2.90. But still, nonetheless, a huge upside here, potential 3x if it breaks out. And again, I do want to point the all-time highs out for you guys. I forgot about this. So let me point this out to you guys for those of you guys that are concerned about like the bigger swings here. So the all-time high for Banker was over $9. It was like $9.30, $9.40, something like that. So a clean 10x from here to get back to the highs. Scale, this one had an all-time high previous cycle of $1.28. So I don't even know how many X's that is on this one. It's like 15 or something. It's huge. Okay, so our average cost basis on Scale is roughly about 6 cents. So we're slightly in profit here. Again, we got this candle close above this zone. So I'm actually going to flip this into a support. So maybe anywhere between 7 to 8 cents would be a good buy. Targets above head 11 to 13, and then above that about 20 to 24, 25 cents, somewhere in there. And again, we piled into these not exactly at the lows. It is up quite a bit, about an 8x from those swing lows back there, but nonetheless, it's still pretty cheap. When you think about the fact that this could do a 15x, not including price discovery from the current prices, pretty good deal, if you ask me. Okay, Gala, this was a very, very explosive project last cycle. Huge upside gains on this one, okay? I would not be surprised, actually, if this one even did new all-time highs this cycle. So the previous cycle, this thing went up to nearly 90 cents, as you guys can see. So a nice, clean, maybe 15, 20x on this one would be definitely possible, I would say. If it does get a pullback, maybe somewhere kind of into this area right here, which again is previous structure. Once you get a candle close above these kind of swing highs, that's when the trend typically changes here. Okay, so about 5 cents maybe on a pullback. Does it get a pullback? I don't know. We'll see. So Next level up here, about 8.5 cents. Once it gets above that, though, I mean, this thing's just going to go stupid. So maybe a temporary stop at 15 cents and then all the way up to 27 cents. It's probably just going to rocket straight up. I would not be surprised. Our average cost basis on this one, just so y'all know, is also at 6 cents. Okay, so audio or AIOZ, however you want to call it, our average cost on this one, I think, is just under 20 cents, if I'm not mistaken. So once it gets a break above, probably I'd say right about here at 26.5 cents, it's probably going to launch pretty hard to the upside. So maybe your best bet to buy here is maybe 15.5 to 17.5 cents. Levels I'd be looking for range anywhere from 32 to 45 cents, and then all the way up to 56.5 to about 76 cents. So if there is a pullback, keyword if, I'm hesitant to say there's going to be a pullback at this point because, again, we just started the alt season. So 337% gain here. Again, the previous all-time high for AIOZ was $4, and it is a new project, or newer, I should say. It only had one cycle. So I think the likelihood this thing's going to go much higher is pretty, or to new all-time highs, this cycle is pretty high, I would say. Okay, so engine, we're pushing against structure here. It could break this any day now. I would not be shocked. So right about 38 cents. Maybe this thing gets a pullback to somewhere around that 25 to 30 cent area. I'd say that's probably about as low as it's going to go. I'd be setting my sights up here at 75 cents. Once it gets above that, I mean, it's pretty much just a straight shot all the way up to $2. And then the previous all-time high up here, $4.80. So from the current price, roughly about a 15x all the way to the all-time highs. That's pretty good, I would say. Last but not least, balancers. So this one is actually literally in the right on the precipice of getting a breakout here. So this is a falling wedge pattern. As you guys know, this is the bullish pattern. The target is the top of the wedge, so about $8. Potentially a nice clean 2x on the table here. And again, what do we need to see for this to actually really start ripping to the upside? Not just a break of the wedge, but a break of structure here would be ultra bullish. So that would be right around 590. The next target I'd be looking at is about 860 to 1610 on this one. So potentially as high as 290% gain here. And again, the previous all-time high for balancer was really up there. So it's $75, which is that's a lot. I don't know exactly what that is. It's like an 18x or something. It's really, really a lot. So the last thing I did want to say here is that I'll reiterate once again what I said before, which is that I think the most bullish narratives this cycle is going to have anything to do with AI, DPIN, RWA tokens, gaming, and the metaverse. Okay, anything to do with those 5 categories, I would say, is going to be probably the most bullish narratives in the cycle. Now, it doesn't mean anything else is not going to moonshot. Okay, I think likely 95 to 98% of these cryptocurrencies that have been around for a while probably going to be seeing some absolutely stupid, massive returns. Okay, I would not be surprised. But again, everything will pump, but the eyes are probably mostly going to be on those narratives. Okay, so Filecoin is DPIN. AIOZ is obviously AI. I mean, it's in the name. And then, so Engine is a gaming coin. I mean, Gala is a gaming coin. Need I say more? All right. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.